Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. And welcome back to the channel that brings power gaming into the next level. Today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we are talking about the spell Storm of Vengeance. We're giving this spell a big fat stinky F. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I've got another video out. All right. So, Storm of Vengeance is a 9th level spell, which I cannot believe that this spell is 9th level. But it is a 9th level spell that is usable by druids. A bard could pick this up. Don't know why a bard would ever pick this up, but they have the ability to do that. One action, range of sight, verbal somatic components. It lasts for a minute with concentration. So, a churning storm cloud forms centered on a point you can see and spreading to a radius of 360 feet, that's 720-foot diameter. Lightning flashes in the area, thunder booms, and strong winds roar. That's all flavor. Each creature under the cloud, no more than 5,000 feet beneath the cloud. That's a lot. So it's 720 feet wide, but anything under the cloud can be as high as 4,999 feet. That doesn't really make sense to me. So each creature under the cloud, when it appears, must make a Constitution saving throw. Horrible saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes a whopping 2d6 thunder damage and becomes deafened for 5 minutes. Deafened. Which essentially, mechanically, does almost nothing. They can't hear, and they automatically fail any ability check that requires hearing. Who cares? And they take a whopping 2d6 thunder damage. And if they make their save, which it's not hard to make a con save, then they're not taking any of that, and they're not deafened. That's massive. Each round you maintain concentration on the spell, the storm produces different effects on your turn. Once only on round 2, acid rain falls from the cloud. Each creature and object under the cloud takes a whopping 1d6 acid damage. So far we've done 3d6 damage in 2 rounds with a 9th level spell. Round 3, you call six bolts of lightning from the cloud to strike 6 creatures or objects of your choice beneath the cloud. A given creature or object cannot be struck by more than 1 bolt. A struck creature must make a dex save. The creature takes 10d6 lightning damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. So, one time only on round 3, you can bring down lightning bolts. Oh boy, that do 10d6 to 6 different creatures. Not all the creatures in a 720-foot diameter, but just 6. And you can't hit the same one twice. That's a 9th level spell. Round 4, hailstones rain down from the cloud. Each creature under the cloud takes a whopping 2d6 bludgeoning damage. And there's no save for that. So far, we have done 15d6 points of damage to about 6 creatures, maybe. And then rounds 5 through 10, gusts and freezing rain assail the area under the cloud. The area becomes difficult terrain and is heavily obscured. Each creature that takes 1d6 cold damage. Ranged weapon attacks are impossible. The wind and the rain count as severe distraction for the purposes of maintaining concentration on spells. Finally, gusts of strong wind, the mile an hour doesn't really matter, automatically disperse fog, mists, and similar phenomenon in the area, whether mundane or magical. All right, this is a horrible, horrible spell. But let's go over some pros and cons. A pro, it is only 1 action. It has a range of sight, and it's a huge radius. Now, that is a pro and a con. Con are its concentration. It is horrible damage and effects for a 9th level spell. This is a capstone spell for the druid, and this is it. This is all they get. They get 1 9th level slot. That's it. And it lasts too long, and it takes too much to ramp up. Most combats end within 3 to 4 rounds. By the time you're getting to the 3rd round, you might get these lightning bolts off. But before that, you've done a whopping 3d6 points of damage. That's it. is not equal to a 9th level spell in my opinion. So let's look at some other 9th level spells like Meteor Swarm. Now these both of these spells came out of the basic rule book. It is very obvious to me that there was a different writer for each one of these. So Meteor Swarm's been around since the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons days. It does each creature in a 40-foot radius. We've gone over this before. It's got to make a dex save, and it's 40 d6 damage. They're taking 20 d6 damage on a past saving throw, whereas they're taking 40 d6 damage on a failed saving throw. This does not even come close to that. Here's all the 9th level spells. So we've got things in here like Blade of Disaster, Invulnerability, Mass Polymorph, Meteor Swarm, Power Word Kill, Psychic Scream, Prismatic Wall, Shape Change. We haven't even gotten to Time Stop, True Polymorph, Weird, and Wish. So these should all be kind of equal, and it's obvious to me Storm of Vengeance isn't even close. And these are all the 9th level spells for a Druid. So here they all are, 4 of them. Foresight, Shape Change, Storm of Vengeance, and True Resurrection. We'll get to True Resurrection. I'm actually going to probably give that one just a little bit of a spoiler. I'm going to give that one a low rating because it really isn't needed. But as a druid who gets a whopping 1 spell slot, so let's take a look at that. As a druid who gets a whopping 1 9th level spell slot at 17th level, why would I choose this spell when I could choose Foresight is miles ahead of this spell? You know, you're giving somebody, for the duration, 8 hours without concentration, you're giving someone the ability to not be surprised, advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. And other creatures have disadvantage for the duration. You could turn your tank into a super tank with this spell. We've gone over this before. Why would I take Storm of Vengeance over that spell? Or Shape Change. We just did Shape Change. I mean, you can turn basically into almost anything you want that could just wipe things out. There is no reason why I would take Storm of Vengeance as a druid. And I definitely, if I were a bard, I definitely would not be using my magical secrets to take this spell at all, because I've got all these other choices here. Foresight, Mass Polymorph, Power Word Kill, Psychic Scream, True Polymorph. No way am I taking that spell. It is just not worth it. And if I'm, you know, you can't get this. As a druid, you can't get Meteor Swarm, obviously, but I'm putting this one up here as a comparator. This is one of the capstone druid spells. It should be equal to some of those other ones, and it's not. And I really wish it was. I really wish they would come back and kind of give a kind of wish option to each of the other classes other than just wizard, but they, you know, that's a thing from the past. They didn't do that. But Storm of Vengeance is definitely a stinker. I wouldn't touch this spell. And that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.